Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. It feels like it has been quite a while. I have been living up at the cabin for nearly 2 full seasons now. The fall has come and gone and was marked mostly by a lot of adjusting to new ways of life in nearly every area for me. I am a person who enjoys the rhythm and structure of routine, and big changes can feel very hard for me. So I must admit that this season, while full of a lot of beautiful things, has been challenging. Moving, getting married, and living with the shifts of life after a natural disaster has felt overwhelming. We also had a particularly cold and snowy winter here, which, although beautiful in its own way, was isolating and hard on my mental health. But as all seasons do, this one too has passed, and more frequent warmer days have meant some welcome time outside, and as I'll take you along for in this video, some lovely organizational projects at home. Okay, so this is our kitchen for now. It's very clean and simple, which I kind of like. When I first moved in here, I had like a vision to put like plants and maybe some like hanging dried flowers like over this island. But I don't know, I kind of like the clean, simple vibes, and it's a lot easier to work in here when there's not like too much going on the countertops. So anyway, it feels good for now. I don't know what else I will wind up doing to it, but yeah. So I found this really beautiful old hutch at a vintage market recently, and my vision for it was I love like open glass cabinets, and since I don't have that in this kitchen, I thought this hutch would be perfect to bring that vibe in to showcase my very favorite serveware. My husband and I have amassed this collection of like really simple, beautiful white pottery, mostly as wedding gifts, and we love it and use it all the time, so I feel like it's perfect to display in here. Okay, so the space that I am sitting in now is my art loft. This is probably the space in the cabin that I am the most excited about setting up and getting organized. I have already done a lot in here since moving in. Right after the hurricane, I kind of got thrown into this space. That was a couple months ago now. And so I've just been working over the past couple weeks to get everything kind of settled, figure out a system that works for me. This is the area of the house where I do all of my order fulfillment for my Etsy shop and then also painting and creating. So it has to kind of serve as an office space, a studio space, and then just like a cozy space that I hang out in and find inspiration in, and that represents and reflects me. So I have tons of stuff here piled on my desk. I have lots of journals and books that I need to find home for, some art supplies, just other little finds that I want to incorporate into this space. So I'm very excited to do that today. Okay, so I think that concludes everything that I am going to do up in this space today. It feels so good to start seeing the sun come out and having the time to make these videos and have you guys follow along as I sort of curate my new home. That's just something that brings me a great deal of joy, is filling my living space with things that bring me life and joy, and to make sure that I'm living in a space that feels full of expression. And I'm just a very firm believer, and I don't know if I would know how to live any other way. It just seems very innate to me that what you surround yourself with on a daily basis has a very, very big impact on mood and mental health and just overall well-being. So it's super important for me, and just brings me a lot of joy to cultivate a space that feels really good to live in. And I also didn't want to not include in this video, I kind of alluded to it in the beginning, but if you are going through any change or transition or dark or hard or challenging season in life, you are not alone. I make these videos as a way of sharing things that I love and things that make me happy and bring me joy. And part of the reason that I haven't shared so much over the past couple months is because it has been a really hard season of life. I live in Western North Carolina, which, as everybody knows, is still suffering and recovering from the damage and the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, which hit our community really, really hard and changed everything. The reality of what we're going through is not over at all. It's interesting to see these things on the news as an outsider. And all my life, I've known that natural disasters happen, but to go through it and have it happen so close to home, to have it happen to your home, has just really given me a new perspective on a lot of things. So out of that experience has come a lot of gratitude, but then it's also out of that experience has come a lot of really hard realities about the way that life shifts and changes. Another thing that has been really hard in this season is just the reality of moving. I have lived in the same spot for the past 7 years of my life, and to pick up and move to a new physical space, to a new town, all of that has been really, really challenging. And to do that in the midst of a hurricane where there has just been so much change to the community broadly in general, it's been a very, very big adjustment. And part of the reason that I haven't created very much art or really any videos over the course of the winter is because it was just a really hard winter, and I was trying to just make it through and keep my mental health and my well-being in check and tended to. And so I didn't really feel like I had much extra to give creatively or energetically, when it felt like all my energy this winter was going into taking care of myself. And that is a really weird feeling for me. I don't like that feeling of not having creative energy to expend and to give out into the world. So it can almost feel like a part of you is lost when the creative part of my life is not thriving. So it feels really good to have that come back a little bit. I think the coming of spring really helps. And I think just being creative, and whether it's making art or making videos, just having the joy in my life of the things that I know are life-giving to me, and being able to share that is what brings me a lot of joy. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you very soon.